This one, huh?
Chevening scholarships are full-funded scholarships which cover flights, accommodation, and courses fee. So basically everything is included. And you are free to focus on achieving your professional goals and maximizing the experience of a lifetime in the UK. And they are opening their doors in September. So check out this opportunity. Chevening Scholarship enable outstanding emerging leaders from all over the world to pursue one-year master's degrees in the UK. And today we are honored to have one such a leader here with us, Lakshdeep from India. And thank you so much for being here and sharing your experience with Chevening Scholarship with us.
So thanks for the welcoming note, Malinka. And it is nice to get connected with you and sharing my experience with others. I hope it will help others to pursue their career dreams.
I always feel it's very helpful to hear someone who have gone through such experience and then follow just their steps. So can you tell us, before we will get straight to Chevening scholarships, can you tell us maybe a little bit of about something about you, your country and occupation, field of study, what is actually the previous experience before you got the Chevening scholarship?
Yeah. So I'm uh, from small town of India, state of Maharashtra.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and typically a middle class family background,
Mm-hmm.
a typical family, I can say. And about my academics, so I had done my engineering in electronics. But after that, I shift to management field.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have almost 8 to 10 years of work experience in rural entrepreneurship management.
Mm-hmm.
So I mostly work on village level entrepreneurship development.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and here I am now. So I have taken a break. I secured the Chevening Award, and currently I'm pursuing Masters in Social Innovation and Entrepreneurship from University of Strathclyde,
Mm-hmm.
Glasgow.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
this is
just to make sure, you need to have finished your undergraduate or postgraduate studies to apply for the scholarship.
you need to finish your undergraduate studies
Mm-hmm.
with upper second class degree.
Mm-hmm.
So typically you should get more than 60% to apply.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What was your
And
reason to apply for such scholarship? Or after so many years of working, I can imagine that it's different to study again and be in the academic field. What led you to this decision?
yeah, it is very different experience, and that was very tough decision for me
Mm-hmm.
to. Means I was in like mid of my career, and I had a growth path, and it was actually very tough decision whether what to do. Means shall I go for Chevening Award or shall I continue my work?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I realized that Chevening will give me global exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? That is very important. Okay, and it will give me opportunity to learn from the uh, world class lecturers. It will give me opportunity to study with uh, people coming from various background and nationalities. It will help me to explore the culture, explore their culture. So I thought to go ahead with Chevening Award.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a little bit about the process of applying, like what documents you needed to gather, or what you had to prove to the Chevening committee to actually receive that scholarship?
So in terms of process, so there are three main stages in Chevening application. Or
Mm-hmm.
okay, so the first is you have to write the Chevening essays. Okay, so you have to write four essays: one on leadership, uh, another on networking, third on why you want to study in UK, and fourth on your career path.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, after submission of this essays, then next round is interview.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it is an interview with the Chevening interviewers. Okay? And there you have to mainly explain whatever you have written in your essays and your career path, and uh, uh, it is a typical interview. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now the third step is securing offer letter from UK university.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So these are the main three steps in Chevening application. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of documents, so 2 years experience is required there. Although I don't ask for any documents, but you have to write all your experience details on their application portal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The main two documents which are required is two reference letters,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and unconditional offer letter from university. So I
Mm-hmm.
can say these are the two main documents.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So if I understand well, if you decide, let's say I want to go to study in the UK for my master's, I firstly need to be accepted to the university and then I apply for that scholarship, or you apply for that scholarship and it's included with the university.
So, Chevening Award and university application are two different things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, to apply for Chevening, you don't need an unconditional offer letter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But to get the Chevening Award, we call it final award letter. To get the final award letter, you need an unconditional offer letter.
Ah, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In my case, my own experience, I got my offer letter after completing the interview.
Mm-hmm.
Already I had applied, but it was a long process.
Mm-hmm.
So I was then so during interview also it was asked to me what about the offer letter, and I told okay, I had applied, it is in process,
Mm-hmm.
and it is,
Mm.
so I had a timeline. I think it was some mid of July,
Mm-hmm.
and by that I had to give my unconditional offer letter to Gemini.
Mm. And what's the process of getting accepted to the University of Glasgow, or the British University? Was that difficult to you?
Yes, it is difficult to means for so we had to apply. We had to give three university options.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember. So I think it took almost at least 1 to 2 days to apply in one university.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to answer a lot of questions. Yeah. So I was working that time. So I remember I took I think 2 or 3 days leave from my work to
Mm-hmm.
apply in. I wanted okay. I should be very precise.
So, what do you think? It's great you mentioned it. What do you think makes the ideal candidate for Chevening Scholarship? Like, what makes you stand out? What makes you to be ideal candidate to be awarded for that scholarship?
So actually, this is very difficult question, and um, there is no such straightforward answer that who is an ideal candidate. What I have done and what I would recommend that read all the guidelines and follow all the guidelines. Okay, because training is not limited to particular department or particular domain. Okay? It is open to all branches, all field.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
um, so again, I'm just uh, pivoting the question. So I'm pivoting my answer. What I'm saying that follow the tuning guidelines. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
first thing. Second thing, while writing your essays, while applying, put your own thoughts. Means whatever thoughts you have. Uh, when I say own thoughts, it means that don't get influenced what others have done, what are their achievement. Okay, what is their academic background or professional background, or what are their milestones. Don't get influenced by that. You write down your own thoughts, your own achievements, your own uniqueness. Okay, and I'm saying this is a good opportunity to self analysis what you have done, what you want to do, and write your own self-analysis. So forget about the selection. Okay. So Chevening application is a good opportunity to understand your own thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Fantastic. This is actually the same what I recommend to applicants for any kind of scholarship, whether it's Erasmus Mundus or Chevening. Just be yourself and put your own personality, your tone of voice, and your thoughts there. I would also like to know your opinion now when you are in the UK. What are your thoughts? Were your expectations met? What is your experience like?
So yes, it is overall it is good experience. So academic point of view, my course is very knowledgeful. So um, whatever I wanted to learn, I have learned here. Okay, and I learned from uh, world-class tutors. The lecturers are very helpful here. If you have any initiative, any thought, you can approach them and they guide in best possible way.
Mm-hmm.
Second, what I observed is peer learning. Okay, so I'm studying with uh, different nationalities, students coming from different nationalities, and I learn from their thought process or their perspective of seeing things or their approach of problem solving or situation handling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like I had my own approach. I am learning from them as well what they are doing in solving any problem or
Mm-hmm.
handling any situation. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this is the learning. Of course, global exposure is there. Okay, so and one of the best part is the Chevening network. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so once you are Chevener, you're lifetime Chevener. Okay,
You're what?
so once you are Chevener, like it is not, it is a 1 year program. Okay,
Uh-huh.
but once you become Chevening alumni, then it is a lifetime network.
Like, uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay, so all the Cheveners are means very supportive. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they have the this uh, it is a general, I would say, a general thought process among all the children that they are very supportive to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever information you want, whatever support you want, you may approach to any trainer, and the trainer mostly will find time to support you or to guide you or to discuss with you. That is another best part.
Fantastic. Because Chevening scholarship varies so much and doesn't require to have specific background, can you mention some of the backgrounds the other alumni are having, just to have an idea whoever like who can apply actually?
So yeah, miss, I met people from almost all background. Like I am from rural management field. I have seen people coming from social development field.
Mm-hmm.
Then data science background, then machine learning background.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen people um, uh, coming from finance background. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so yes, means it is. I have seen diversity in among Cheveners. Okay, I have seen a lot of like high rank government employees who are studying here through
Mm-hmm.
Chevening.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, so I think I have seen almost it is a good diversity of students here.
Beautiful. Once you are done with Chevening and your studies, and you're coming back to India because that's part of the program, right? That the students, once they complete their studies, they should come back to their country of origin, right?
Yeah, so yeah, these are the guidelines. So after completing your post graduation, you should go back to your home country and work there for at least 2 years and contribute in your country's development.
What are your
Okay.
plans? What do you plan to do back in India now once you have collected this experience and this information knowledge?
Yeah. So yeah, so I have listed out few organizations, that is mix of private and government organization. where I want to work, which are working. They are already working in my interest area, that is entrepreneurship development. Okay. So yes, currently I'm working on my final project. So once that is done, I will approach them because I listed out around 25 such organizations in India. Yeah. And now about the domain, mostly I will work with them in global operations. So this is my aim. So I have a global exposure, and I am thinking, okay, now onwards. So I have domestic experience. I have global exposure. Now further, I will work in global operations with them. This is my
Perfect.
career plan.
Do you have anything else you would like to share or recommend to your students?
Uh, so I would say I would encourage people to apply for Chevening. Okay. So again, as I said, not selection point of view, but self-analysis point of view. So it is very good opportunity to understand yourself when we write leadership essays. So we ask ourselves, what are leadership qualities within us? When we write networking essays, then again, that question we are asking to ourselves. Okay. When we are drafting our career plan, then we had to do a detailed research that what are our skills, what are our goals, what we can do, what is there in our environment, how can we leverage whatever there is in our environment. So that is a kind of self-analysis. So that's why I'm saying I would encourage to apply in training. So
Fantastic. I think this is extremely important to do during your studies, after your studies, during your career, to time sit down and actually have the time to think about what I want from life, what are my goals in general. This is very important, and having this opportunity to do it while applying for some scholarship is even better. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your knowledge with us. Thank you very much again.